Good morning, folks. Would-be farmer here. It's a beautiful day in Central Florida. It's lovely at this hour. It'll be lava later, so I wanted to go ahead and do this video now. Excuse me, I may stutter or stammer a little bit. I just woke up. And I'm almost 60, which means I'm old and brittle and out of shape. And anyway, what I wanted to touch on this morning was diet. Let's all roll the eyes because it's a very sensitive topic. Well, I would say diet is probably 80% of our health. Now I can go on the internet and I can find an expert, I can find a research paper, I can find a study, I can find a survey, a web page, a link, I can get a book, I can see a TED Talk, video, you name it. It backs up about any side of any argument that one might have. Go into a library, if you go old school, go into a library, look at the diet section, go to a bookstore if there's still one in your neighborhood. Try to find a book on diet. It'll blow your mind. Atkins, South Beach, Paleo, the raw food diet, the vegan, the high carb, the low carb, the no carb, the air diet. It can be daunting. It can be insane. So what does one do? Well, what if we went to that which we all have, to that which we all have access to? Don't even have to leave your home. What does our intellect and instinct tell us? Well, if I look at the animals, and we have a nice piece of property here. We have a little more than an acre in Central Florida. We have turkey, and we have snakes and bears and gopher tortoises and all kinds of birds, reptiles. We saw an alligator on our property. I can look and I can say, okay, that one's got thick skin, that one's got armor, that one's got lots of feathers. That one is suitable for this climate or that climate. That one's got fur. Well, what do we have? We have skin. We don't have lots of feathers and plates and fur. And so where would that mean that humans probably came from? The first day of the human existence. What do you think that was? Was that Canada, Alaska, Siberia, Tierra del Fuego, Antarctica? No, we don't have the natural equipment to be there. Now we can go there. I've been on a submarine. Doesn't mean that's where we're designed to be. We can use our intellect and get there, sure. We went to the moon, right? I don't think humans evolved from the moon. Unless there's some new neat information out there. So we likely came from the tropics. And I think the experts, folks out there that study that kind of thing, they would agree with that. So we came from the tropics. What kind of food was available in the tropics? Sure, there was plenty of fauna there. Grab yourself a jungle cat and eat that. Grab yourself a crocodile, go for it. But what are we naturally equipped to eat that was available in the tropics? Okay, right, you can pick up a handful of maggots, slow-moving beetles. Yes, those were available. And they may have been part of the human diet initially. But when I think about the tropics in general, things that we have access to as humans, I think of sweet raw fruit, papaya, banana, mango, figs. And all of that stuff is it's just there. It's just ready to pick up. We can grab greens. This here is a moringa tree. I think these are West Africa, perhaps. We can grab greens. We can grab tropical fruit. And yeah, I can grab this guy. I could grab him and eat him too, okay? So the idea that we had to be vegan, I'm not so sure, even though that is the diet I have. I have a raw food vegan diet because it makes sense to me. It feels instinctive. Again, to me, this is what it feels like to me, not what someone told me on the internet, not a book I read. This is what feels right to me. Oh, and also, when I first adopted the vegan diet back in '94, I think it was, so that's 25 years, they told me I had to be careful because I was going to lose my hair. When I became a vegan, I would lose my hair. Okay, all right. If you're wondering about me personally, I could still wear my clothes from high school. Now, how many of us approaching 60 can say that? We've got an obesity epidemic, we've got a diabetes epidemic, gout, colon cancer. We've got problems. And I read the other day recently that the average American woman today weighs what the average American man did 50 years ago. I was looking at a Woodstock video on YouTube, and I think I saw Hendrix play and a couple other bands. And looking into the crowd, a lot of these people were thin. Most of them were thin. They were almost all thin people. So we've got a diet problem. Packaged food, this heavily added fat, added sugar, added salt. That seems to be the Western diet, especially the American diet. And we're not in shape. We're not in shape, we're not fit, we're not healthy. And we can do something about it, but we gotta face our addictions. Oh, well, dude, what do you know about addictions? You don't seem to have a problem. You're the same size you were basically in high school, you're a slim guy. I was an alcoholic for 25 years, so yes, indeed, I do know something about addiction. And it wasn't the casual kind where I just kind of worked things out. I'd been in too many rehabs to count. Every other year I was in a rehab. I was in a mental institution for drug abuse, for alcohol abuse, for depression. So I do know a little bit about addiction. So we got to get past that. We got to get away from the simple food, the highly processed food, packaged food. People, we can do this. It takes work. Again, I know. They said I would never quit smoking. I quit smoking. I would never quit drinking. I did that, and I'm as healthy as I've ever been. So, what does your diet tell you? What does your body tell you? What are you going to do about it?